Life is full of unexpected challenges, and our first instinct is often to react emotionally or impulsively. However, there's a more effective approach, one that Stoicism teaches us. By training our minds to respond with intention rather than acting on impulse, we regain control over our emotions, actions, and ultimately, our lives. In this guide, we'll explore how to cultivate a thoughtful mindset, breaking down the philosophy behind it and sharing practical techniques you can apply daily to achieve emotional balance, clarity, and inner peace. Number 1. The difference between reacting and responding. When we react, we act on impulse. Our emotions take the lead, often clouding our judgment. A reaction is immediate and automatic, like lashing out in anger when someone cuts us off in traffic or panicking in an unexpected situation. These reactions are often unrefined and driven by raw emotion. A response, on the other hand, is intentional. It involves pausing, assessing the situation, and making a conscious choice about how to act. Stoicism emphasizes that while we cannot control external events, we always have the power to control our response. This mindset shift allows us to take full responsibility for our actions rather than being ruled by fleeting emotions. The ability to respond rather than react is essential in all areas of life, from personal relationships to professional settings. Reacting impulsively can damage relationships, create unnecessary stress, and lead to regretful decisions. By training ourselves to respond thoughtfully, we cultivate emotional resilience and clarity. Number 2. The Stoic philosophy of control. A core principle of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, understanding what we can and cannot control. Much of our frustration and anxiety stem from trying to control everything around us. However, as Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, the only things truly within our control are our thoughts, actions, and perceptions. By embracing this principle, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress. Instead of reacting to situations beyond our influence, we learn to direct our energy toward what we can change, our mindset and behavior. This simple yet powerful shift helps us respond thoughtfully rather than emotionally. A common mistake is assuming that we can control external circumstances, such as other people's actions, unforeseen events, or societal shifts. When things don't go our way, we become frustrated, angry, or anxious. But when we accept that external events are beyond our control, we can focus on our internal responses instead. This principle doesn't mean we stop striving for change or improvement, but rather that we learn to detach from the need for control over things outside ourselves. It allows us to navigate life with a greater sense of calm and purpose. Number 3. Cultivating emotional awareness. To move from reaction to response, we must develop emotional awareness, the ability to recognize our emotional triggers before they take over. Without self-awareness, we fall into the habit of reacting impulsively. The Stoics emphasized introspection as a tool for self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal writings, frequently reflected on his emotions and choices, learning from each experience. To build emotional awareness in your own life, pay attention to physical sensations when strong emotions arise, tightness in your chest, quickened breath, or heat in your face. Acknowledge these signals as a cue to pause before reacting. Use this awareness to create space for a more thoughtful response. By practicing self-awareness, you can prevent emotions from controlling your actions. Instead of reacting on impulse, you give yourself the opportunity to act with intention and clarity. Number 4. The power of reflection. Reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic practice. Instead of reacting in the moment, step back and ask, is this within my control? What can I learn from this? This shift in perspective helps us approach obstacles with wisdom rather than frustration. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, advocated for daily reflection, examining our actions, identifying areas for growth, and refining our responses over time. By making reflection a habit, we become more deliberate in our choices, allowing us to handle challenges with patience and clarity. Journaling is an excellent practice for reflection. Writing down your thoughts at the end of the day helps you analyze your responses to different situations. Were you reactive, or did you take time to respond thoughtfully? What could you have done differently? This simple habit can lead to immense personal growth. Number 5, practicing the pause. One of the most effective tools for responding instead of reacting is the pause. When emotions run high, our instinct is to act immediately, but this is precisely when we should pause. A brief moment of stillness allows us to regain composure and think critically before responding. During this pause, ask yourself, is this worth my emotional energy? How can I respond in alignment with my values? With practice, pausing becomes second nature, and our responses become more thoughtful and intentional rather than driven by impulse. If you struggle with impulsivity, consider incorporating breathing exercises into your routine. A deep breath before responding can be a powerful tool to center yourself and regain control. Number 6, the power of negative visualization. A practical Stoic technique for building resilience is negative visualization, mentally preparing for worst-case scenarios. By imagining challenges before they happen, we train ourselves to respond calmly rather than being caught off guard. For example, if you're facing a stressful situation at work, visualize the worst possible outcome. Ask yourself, how would I handle this? What's the worst that could happen, and how would I respond? This practice not only reduces the emotional grip of unexpected situations, but also fosters gratitude by making us appreciate what we have in the present. Number 7, practicing detachment. Finally, a key principle of Stoicism is detachment from outcomes. This doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we recognize that external outcomes are beyond our control. Instead of becoming emotionally entangled in results, we focus on acting in alignment with our values and principles. When we detach from outcomes, we free ourselves from the emotional highs and lows of success and failure. We can engage fully in life while maintaining inner stability, knowing that true power lies in how we respond to circumstances rather than in the circumstances themselves. A practical way to cultivate detachment is to focus on the process rather than the result. If you are working toward a goal, shift your mindset from "I must succeed" to "I will give my best effort." This subtle change reduces anxiety and allows you to remain centered regardless of the outcome. Conclusion: training your mind to respond rather than react is a lifelong practice, requiring patience, self-awareness, and commitment. By embracing Stoic principles, control, reflection, and detachment, you can transform the way you navigate challenges. Over time, responding thoughtfully will become second nature, helping you move through life with greater peace and clarity. Remember, while you cannot control the world around you, you always have the power to choose your response. As the Stoics taught, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength,